everybody, it's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean, and I'm here today to guide you through your HIIT circuit. Yay! We've got 8 moves in today's HIIT circuit. Some of them are going to be a little unilateral, focusing just on one side at a time. Some of them are going to be some bilateral movements, so both sides at a time, or we're going to move from the right into the left. I'll definitely let you know before each move comes up. You've got a couple minutes before class starts to clear your space away, to gather some weights if you have them. I'm recommending some lighter weights. Maybe if you could hold weights in your hand the whole time. So something 3 pounds or less. You know that I have these delightful 2-pound gloves. And honestly, I really notice a difference from wearing these 2-pound gloves. And my favorite thing about the gloves is that my hands can still be open so that I don't have to be making a fist the whole time, because we're not getting younger. And I don't know about anyone else, but I definitely might notice a little arthritis in my hands and wrists. Okay, great. So grab yourself some water. Put some music on if that's going to help you stay energized. We start in 3 amazing minutes with a nice warm-up. Kept things really general in the description of today's class. I was like, that's not today's class. And you can keep things as easy as you want to. If you just want to focus on, for example, for this first move we're going to do today on squats, you can simply do a squat. You can do a regular squat. You can do a goddess squat. You could do a raised heels goddess squat. You could do alternating lifting heels goddess. There's so many different squats you can do. So feel free to do something else if that honors you a little bit more. I'm going to guide you through some squats with some punches, some squats with some overhead presses, some squats with some knee drives. But you don't have to take that step up, that balance challenge, that mental challenge if you don't want to. Why do I feel like I look like I'm in a beautiful haze? Oh, well, nothing's playing on my computer. Give me just a hot second to make sure I'm recording in the right space. I amaze myself. Jessica. Keeping it weird. Let's grab a sip of water before we even get started. I definitely have been making a solid effort to work towards drinking 2.7 liters of water today, the recommended amount of water that women should be consuming, and it takes some effort. So, remind yourself when you get a break, have a little water. All right, let's go ahead and get started with some lateral side to side shoulder steps, and oh my god, lateral side to side steps and shoulder circles. How about if we just focus on one thing at a time right now? I'm going to focus on this exercise, this move, instead of everything else that's coming up. Start to really draw that lower belly in, find some contraction of your abdominal core, and if you want, you can always make your steps a little bit bigger if you're feeling that today. Change direction of those shoulder circles. You can also just keep things really small. Whatever works for you, just make sure you keep moving. See if you can bring a smile to your face. Awesome. Let's go for an overhead reach. Pull your belly in and a reach down towards the floor. So reaching up, stomach sucked in, reaching down towards the floor. You can take a bend in your knees. And if it's in your wheelhouse, let's speed it up. Make sure you're still breathing. 5 more. 5. Keep your eyes focused on one spot. It's going to help with that balance and your weight in your heels. Once you finish this 5th one, inhale those arms up towards the ceiling. Find a big reach through your fingers. Let's go ahead and draw one elbow down. Inhale back up and exhale, opposite elbow down. Just waking up that back, still focusing on pulling your lower belly in, on grounding your feet into the floor. And you know if that abdominal core is engaged, it can make a big difference in just how you look, how you feel. Awesome. Once more each side. Then bring those arms down to the side. Let's go in for a big knee pull and out into a side lunge. Knee pull, side lunge. We're going to go for 5 on each side. Work to keep the outer edge of your foot planted to the floor. So if you notice you come into your side lunge and you roll towards your toe, don't step out quite as much. Really focus on pressing through the outside of the foot. Once you get to 5, let's go ahead and switch to the other side. You're sending your hips back behind you. You're keeping a lot of weight in your heels. You might even be able to gently wiggle those toes. The ball of your foot is on the floor, but you're not finding a strong grip through the toes. Ah, that feels so good. Once you make it to 5, stand up with your feet about hips width distance apart. Let's go for 5 air squats. Just 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great work. Come into your side step once more. If you want to get a little bit more intense, come into a lateral side to side shuffle and make sure that you're using your arms here just to continue warming up, getting that heart rate going. I'm going to show you what our moves are for today. Yay. All right. Starting the set out, squat with high-low punches. So I want you to use whichever hand you'd like to start with and punch 4 times. So up high, 3, 2, 1, and other side, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then both arms are going to punch up and down. So a little practice with one side at a time and a little practice with the overhead press. Please come into as deep of a squat as feels good for you. Try not to let those knees come out or knock in. So once again, really grounding through your heels and pressing up through your heels to come to the top. You'll feel your glutes and your hamstrings activate. Next up, we got fast feet. So this time coming onto the balls of the feet. I'll come off my mat so you don't have to hear it. Just move those fast feet. Work on getting those arms moving as well. After that, we've got hooks and kicks. This is one of the moves that we're going to do one side and then the other side. So the same arm that hooks is going to step out and in, opposite leg kick, step, hook, kick, hook, kick. Really bring it out nice and wide. And the next time through, we'll do the opposite side. Then we've got a curtsy lunge. Going to be nice about these curtsy lunges. We're going to alternate curtsy lunge or some sort of a step back. Maybe you're just reaching back. Maybe you're coming into a big full lunge, bringing that back knee down towards the floor and keeping that chest lifted. All right, then we've got push-ups. Any kind of push-up you want to do. You've seen push-ups before. You can do them on your knees. You can do them on your toes. You can do them from tabletop. Then we've got a crunch. For today's primary crunch, I want you to keep your feet on the floor. Pardon me, bolster. Keep your feet on the floor. And instead of bringing your hands behind your head, you're going to have knuckles by your fist. And just work to lift yourself up and lower yourself down. So that lower back stays down on the floor. And if you want to work a little bit harder for round 1, you can always pick those feet up off of the floor as well. And our last move, we're just going to stand up, keep our heart rates going, get ready for water when we're done. We've got a speed bag, and then uppercuts. Think about a 4 count for each of them. All right, that's it. I'll let you know as we get there. We've got 20 seconds break. You stop your little shuffle for a sec, grab some water. One last opportunity to put music on. I would put music on if I could. Okay, starting off with those squats, high-low punches. Work to keep your other hand up. Work to keep your belly pulled in tight. Feet are hips width distance apart, and the weight is in your heels. If you want to move more intensely, you can always add a hop. I'm not going to add the hop because of my neighbor. All right, we start in 3, 2, 1. Begin. So high, low, 3, 2. Now the other side punches. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then both arms reach up and to the floor. So depending on the speed of your squat, maybe you're moving a little bit slower today, moving a little bit more mindfully. Maybe you're really focusing on sending those hips towards the back of the room, getting a little bit lower. It's your own pace. As many reps as you can smartly get in as possible for each set. Keep that chest lifted, keep that belly tight, 10 seconds left. Yay! All right, next up we've got fast feet. Don't forget to move those arms, fast feet. However you want to move your arms, just getting that upper body going is going to help us to burn a little more energy. I'm really into this move lately. All right, go for it, fast feet. As fast or as slow as you need to be. You can still be getting some great work, just coming onto the balls of your feet here and alternating on the balls of your feet. Maybe you want to do a little out and in, get a little inner outer thigh work happening there. What are you doing with your arms? Having fun, I hope. Still breathing, still engaging your core. 10 seconds left. Keep those heels up. We made it. All right. Next up is a hook and a kick. So give yourself lots of space. On the kick side, hook is coming in around shoulders height like you're punching yourself in the ear. Then hands to face, side kick through the heel. Hook, kick, same leg, all 50 seconds. Begin. So again, maybe your kick is really low to the floor, but you're really focusing on like you're shutting a door, a heavy door, and you really need to press through your heel. And maybe your kick is really high, but find some place where you can feel some balance here. You're still pressing through your standing leg foot. Be sharp with this hook right into your imaginary opponent's ear. Press through this heel, side kick, feel it in my glutes. I feel it in my glutes. This is why you should listen to music. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Side plank. We're gonna stick with one side the whole time. You can be on your knees for this side plank if you need to have the easiest version. You can always have one leg in front and reach up. We're gonna add in the challenge of bringing our elbow down, seeing if you can touch the mat, and then opening back up. You can keep your arm bent, or you can find a little extra extension. You can even keep that knee down on the floor, remember, but see if you can lift that hip up. And if you can't lift that hip off the floor, that's okay too. Just focus on finding as much range of motion, of rotation, and make that rotation come from the core. So not just turning from the shoulders, turning from the waist, really working to find a little bit of a reach. So close. 5 seconds left. Challenge yourself here. Nice work. We're going to stand up. We're going to stand up. Relax our hands for just a sec. Next up, we've got a curtsy lunge. We're gonna alternate side to side in our curtsy lunge. So either some sort of a step back, maybe you can even add a big lateral hop if you're just stepping back, or big lunge. You can still add a nice big lateral hop if you're getting a big crossover in your curtsy lunge. As you come down, weights in the front heel, and then back ball of the foot and lift up through your front heel. Don't just press off that back ball of foot and rocket yourself to the top. Find the control and let your front leg be the stabilizing leg. It's gonna be a little harder. It's gonna make you fire up those abs as well. So don't worry if you need to move a little bit slower to really think about finding that engagement. I know, I do, especially to make sure that I'm still breathing. Yay! We made it. All right, come on down to the floor once more. We've got push-ups. Then we're gonna stay down there after that for our crunch. I'm gonna do my push-ups from tabletop. Begin, because I'm still having some wrist problems, but I'm gonna bring the focus to my triceps by bringing my hands palms into a diamond, still keeping elbows close by the side. And being in tabletop is a great way to make sure that the push-up action is coming with a nice flat back, that you're not doing a push-up where you're doing the worm and then doing the worm back up. Don't lead with your belly. Make sure that you're coming down in a nice straight line with your chest. We're not doing cobra, we're doing push-ups. And if that's too hard for you, you come onto these knees. And if this is too easy for you, then you extend yourself out. Maybe you need to take a break. Maybe you need to come down in one direction on your knees and press up on your toes. You can try that when it comes back around in round 3. Okay, next up is our crunch. So it's gonna be harder if you just make these knuckles right by your side. You can always just reach your hands forward as well. So your choice, reaching hands forward, is gonna be nice and easy. Knuckles by the side of your ears is a little bit more challenging. Extending your hands back behind you, especially if you're still holding some weight in those hands, is going to be a little bit harder, particularly if you're finding movement through your abs and not through throwing your arms up and following your arms up. If you find that you're throwing your arms up, reach those fingers towards your heels so that you eliminate that option for yourself. And maybe you don't get to come up as high. Keep that chin neutral to your chest. So if you had a giant grapefruit, it could easily tuck underneath of your chin. You're not stretching up towards the ceiling. There's no extra crease in your neck. All right, stand on up. Last move. We got our speed bag and our 4 uppercuts. Taking a little active recovery here. 3, 2, 1. All right. You can just plant your feet. Count to 4 for yourself. Find a nice rotation side to side for your uppercuts. So think about that uppercut as bobbing someone right under the chin. Be sharp with that movement. And do whatever you want while you're speed bagging it up. But make sure that your stomach is sucked in. So you can either tap out to the side or give yourself some squats. And then kick some butt. We're almost there. Nice work, y'all. Okay, grab yourself some water. Take a minute to yourself. 1 minute and 20 seconds, in fact. And then we're gonna go through round 2. We're gonna change up round 2 a little bit, or I'm gonna give you the option to change up round 2 a little bit. If you don't wanna do something different, You can continue with the same moves that we did first time. And you can keep it as simple as you need to. So if you're just focusing on doing a squat, maybe you're so focused on that squat, you're using the couch to sit down, and then you're pressing through those heels to lift yourself up. That's awesome work to really be focused and work hard. But if that's a little bit too easy for you, we're going to add in an overhead press each time with this squat. So if you happen to have some weights, and you want to grab some weights and challenge yourself a little bit more, we're going to go for a nice big squat, overhead press. I know the chest is going to come down, but try not to find any rounding in that back. Nice flat back, weight in your heels for your squat, and then overhead press. Okay, or you can stick with your 4 punches to each side. Then we're going to do our fast feet, but this time add in a little bit more lateral movement. So moving side to side with our fast feet. Hook and kick is the same, but the opposite side plank. This time for our curtsy lunge, we're going to add in a back lunge. So curtsy lunge, back lunge, step forward, and then the opposite leg. Curtsy lunge, back lunge. If that's too much for you, you can stick with your step back or curtsy lunge and just come side to side. Next up, instead of a push-up, we're going to do a Superman. So finding that back engagement on the floor. Our crunches, switch to a bicycle, and speed bag is the same. Okay, did you like that break? You're welcome. Next, let's begin again with our overhead press into a squat in 3, 2, 1. Plant those feet. Here we go. Weights in your heels. If you really press through those heels, the lift up can help you just drive the weights to your shoulders, and then all you have to worry about is the overhead press. Or maybe you want to be a little bit more focused on the bicep curl, and that's okay. You can always slow things down a little bit more. And again, whatever weights that you're working with are going to determine how fast you're able to move. If you have no weights in your hand, you should be able to move a little bit faster than someone who's holding on to 10 or 20-pound weights. Keep those knees in line with your toes. Come back to the focus of weight in your heels. Yay! All right. Next up, we've got fast feet side to side. Grab some water if you need it during this little break. 5 seconds till we get started. Begin. So heels are up off of the floor. How fast can you move? How quickly can you switch your feet and get those arms going too? Make sure that stomach is still sucked in. You're moving side to side. One of my favorite people to work out with likes to say, we're killing ants. Think of yourself as the exterminator, but then in later workouts, he'll ponder, we must do a bad job because we keep having to come back. So go ahead, let's murder those ants. 5 seconds left, you're worth it, keep going, get those heels up a little bit higher. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, next up we've got our hook and the side kick. So opposite leg, hooks and kicks. Remember, hook and step, kick and step. Hook, kick. Begin. Hook, kick. You can add in a punch if you want to. You can keep those hands by your face. Have fun. Where are you pressing? Through your heel. I can hear you all the way from here. I'm so proud of you. Find some sharpness with your imaginary force that you're fighting here. And keep breathing. Ooh, starting to feel it. Feels good. Five seconds left. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Awesome. We've got our curtsy lunge with a back lunge. Still alternating side to side. Make sure you have enough space. Work on slowing down your breath here. So lunge, weight is in the front heel. Lift up, press through the front heel to find that little lift, and then switch. Once you've got it down, you can always work to move a little bit faster. Glutes feel like a magical fire right now. Get that nice big crossover as you can in the curtsy lunge. Oh, quads are saying hello. All right, finish that one out and then stand on up. Come on down to the floor. So next up we've got our Superman. Depending on how much space you can have, you can bring your arms all the way out to the side, or you can just make a delightful W and just squeeze and lift. If this is a real challenge for you, keep your feet on the floor, but really press through the tops of your feet so that your posterior chain is engaged. Your glutes are squeezed, your kneecaps have lifted up off of the floor. Use your exhale. No, I like to use my inhale. I don't know, just keep breathing. Yeah, it feels better on the inhale, I'm gonna say, to think about your lungs as a balloon, to lift yourself up, to squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other, maybe elbows even come in just a little bit. And if you want to work a little bit harder, you can lift those feet up with your hands. Nice work. Turn yourself over. Next up, we've got that bicycle crunch. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Bicycle crunch. All right, if you need a slightly easier version, you can keep your feet on the floor and just lift up, working to bring your elbow towards your knee, or come into tabletop and work to extend your heel out. I hope you've started. I even like to give a nice little punch towards the opposite side, or towards the side that I'm reaching on the outside of the leg. Just one little extra opportunity to bring your ribs closer to your hips. Explore how close you can get those heels to the floor while keeping your lower back flat on the mat. You know we're almost there. So just keep going. Push through here at the end. Yay! Take your time, stand up, coming back to our speed bags and uppercuts. In 3, 2, 1, begin. Just count into 4 in my head. So just count to 4 in your own head. Work to really drive that hand up in your uppercut. If your shoulders are feeling really tired, you can always speed back a little bit more in front of your chest. And if you want to make this a little bit more challenging, add in a boxer shuffle. Stomach sucked in. Keep going, keep breathing. Yay! Take a nice little break. We got one more round to get through. Moves are pretty much the same in round 3. You've gotten a great preview of what's to come today. We're gonna, oh no, I missed something. What did I miss? Our side plank. Get on the floor. Get on the floor. We're gonna side plank. We still got time. Side plank with that roll. I miss people. If you can you tap your elbow all the way down towards the floor with control? Keep going, we're so close. This is definitely the last, yay! The last move of round 2. We made it through all 8 moves. 8, okay. Now take a minute to yourself. An honest minute to ourselves. Finish out this last round, get a nice stretch on. All right, that means I should start telling you what's up for round 3. I'm going to tell you as each move comes up because they're pretty similar as stated. So you can either stick with your just curtsy lunge or step back or add in a nice little lateral hop. Having fun, just making sure you're enjoying what you're doing. Or add a little balance challenge. So you're going to go curtsy lunge, back lunge, curtsy lunge, knee drive. And then switch. You can even add in from the back lunge a hop. Really challenge yourself there to not bring that toe down. But if you need to bring the toe down, you go for it. All right, let's get started. Last round in 3, 2, 1. Wait a minute, we're starting with our squats. Oh yeah. Jessica, where are you? I'm like halfway through the workout. Okay, so for our squats, we're going to do a squat knee lift. I thought we were going to practice that knee lift somewhere first, and this is where. All right, so squat with a knee lift, or sticking with your high-low. Do whatever feels right. In 3, 2, 1, begin. So squat, press and lift. Press through the heel as you stand yourself up. I like to exhale down, inhale up. Really work to drive that knee. Get a little bit of ab work right here as well. Press through that standing leg heel. Second exhale as those arms come up overhead. Make sure you're still breathing. 5 seconds left. Great. Okay, we got fast feet. This time we're gonna move our fast feet in a box. So getting a little forward motion, sideways and to the back. If you need some water, grab a quick sip. Make it quick. 3 seconds till we start. Begin. So really work to press up onto the balls of those feet. I feel like I'm a terrible vaudeville show and someone's gonna bring a giant cane in and just like hook me out of the screen. Make sure you're still moving those arms. Oh, I forgot we're trying to make the shape of a box. Press up onto those toes. As long as you're still moving, that's all that counts. Five seconds left. Yay! All right, we're gonna switch halfway through this section of hook and kicks. So 25 seconds in, we're gonna come to the other side. Whichever side you'd like to start with. Work to slow your exhale down. 3, 2, hands up, begin. Hook, kick through that heel. Get a nice little side step. Practice pressing the outer edge of that foot into the floor, just like we talked about when we were warming up. 3, 2, 1, to the other side. How's that transition for you? I know, it was fast. I bet you did a great job. Press through that heel. We'll work within your range of motion today. How your shoulders feel. You getting a little tired? Good. Okay. Coming up next is the plank. We're actually going to do it this time. We're going to go for a rolling plank. So your choice if you'd like to have straight arms or if you would like to do this move on your forearms. You can do it from your knees as well. Begin just opening up to one side, even if you're in tabletop. If you need that much support, that's okay. Then it might be easier to do this from your hands. Honestly, we're coming to a nice check mark. What can your body do today? Only one round of this full plank, rotating side to side. If you open your feet a little bit wider to form a nice stable base, it can be a little bit easier as well. Work to get those hips down and shift your body weight forward so your shoulders are on top of your elbows if your forearms are down or hands palms. 3, 2, 1. Yes, that got delightfully sweaty. Okay, stand up. I already told you about this move. We're adding that knee drive in. So curtsy lunge, back lunge, curtsy lunge, knee drive, or a hop. What do you do? Hi, Uncle Buck. Curtsy lunge, back lunge, curtsy lunge, knee drive, and then other side. It's Uncle Buck's fake birthday today. I have no idea when his actual birthday is. So at some point, I apparently decided it was today. Thank you, Facebook, for reminding me. He's gonna get some doggy ice cream. All right, can you add that hop in at the top or just come in onto the balls of your feet for just a second? Ooh, almost there. Finish it out, you're worth it. Yes. Okay. Come on back down to the floor. We're gonna combine our push-up and our Superman. So a push-up all the way down towards the floor. Release your hands and Superman. Here we go. Push-up, Superman. If you are having trouble with it, stay down here on your knees and push up. Well, do your best, honestly. I'm just going to tell you to do your best. You can always do this one from your knees again if you need to. Push up, maybe just lift up one arm at a time to get a little bit of back engagement. But we got 20 seconds left, so ask yourself, what can you do today? Maybe you have to move a lot slower than you did in another set to just challenge yourself a little bit more. Keep working to lift and lower yourself like a delightful board. Make sure you're not doing the worm on and off the floor. Chest is moving with your hips. Good work. All right. Next up, we're gonna go for a rolling crunch. We're turning it into a banana crunch and punch. So with those arms extended overhead so that you don't use them to roll yourself over, roll over, sit up, bicycle, punch, and down and begin. So roll over, sit up, knees to chest, crunch, 2, 3, 4. Lower down, roll over. Just using the space that you have. If I can do it, I'm sure you can do it too. Otherwise, you can always just stick with the bicycle crunch. Great work. Oh my gosh. 2, 3, 4. Scooching down. We're so close, so close. Ran out of time there. Okay, last move, stand up for your last round through of speed bags and uppercuts. 3, 2, 1, begin. 4, 3, 2, 1, cut it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe you're being a little bit more still in your upper body and just focusing on really pulling that lower belly in, getting less of a rotation, and that's okay. Keep going, you're amazing. To the very end together. We got this, you're worth it. Have some fun here. Oh, we made it. All right, put your weights down, grab water one more time. Shake it off, take a little walk around the room. A couple breaths to yourself. That's the sound of success. Oh yeah, riding that success train. Way to go, y'all. Start thinking about your breath. Work to slow your exhale down. Just keep a little movement going so that your heart rate can slow down naturally. Let's come on back to those nice lateral side to side step taps that we started class with. Other direction for your shoulder rolls. Okay, go ahead, plant those feet. Inhale your arms all the way up overhead. Go ahead, interlock your thumbs with each other so your hands look like a beautiful bird or sunshine. Press those heels through the floor. Squeeze your glutes and find a little push forward of your hips, but not an overarching of your back. You're still working to stack your shoulders on top of your hips and see if you can bring your biceps in line with your ears and then relax your shoulders away from your ears. Find a big stretch from your waist, press through your heel. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, slowly, gently come down to the right without bending your elbows or knees. Find whatever stretch works for you as you push your hips to the left side of the room. Open your chest up towards the ceiling, so draw your left shoulder back as you draw your right shoulder forward and draw your left hip forward to feel a big stretch throughout the left side of your body. Take one more inhale, stretch through your fingers, and exhale, push your hips to the left. On your inhale, lift yourself up. Take a moment and relax your arms down by your side. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Stretch through your knuckles. Tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, arms back up overhead. Interlace those thumbs. Bring your heels, toes side by side. Press through your heels. Squeeze your glutes, hips forward. Find length through your waist. Relax shoulders from your ears. Suck your stomach in. Weight in your heels. Take one more deep inhale. Lift up and exhale. This time come down to the left. Biceps are right by your ears, maybe even behind them. Chin is lifted away from your chest. This time, reaching towards the left. Draw your left shoulder forward. Right shoulder comes back. And then right hip comes forward to feel a big stretch throughout the right side of your body. Ground through your heels. Take one more inhale. Stretch through your fingers and exhale. Push your hips. Inhale back up to the top. Relax your hands down. This time interlace your fingers in front of your chest and press those hands palms forward. Find some nice rounding of your upper back. You can separate your feet a little bit more to a natural width for you. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, relax, arms down by your side. Go ahead, cross one arm over your chest, draw that shoulder forward. Take one more big breath here. Inhale, open up. Exhale, opposite side. One more big breath. Let's bring a nice little stretch to our legs. Step whichever leg forward that you would like to first, and step the opposite leg back. Think about squaring your hips towards the space that your toes are pointing. Take a slight bend in your front knee and just work to press through your back heel. Maybe it comes down to the floor. Maybe you step things in even closer to really focus on the stretch in your calf and the front of your ankle. Or maybe you're just getting the nice big hip opening stretch, feeling it a bit in your hamstring. Awesome. Whichever leg you have towards the back, I want you to step that foot forward right behind the heel of your front foot. And then go ahead, bend that knee, extend your glutes back behind you. Feel the big stretch on your front leg hamstring. You can bring the stretch into that calf a little by flexing your toes to your face, and you can bring your hands to your thighs for a little bit of balance. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, lift yourself up, and let's switch to the opposite side. So come on into your lunge, press through your heel. Maybe you want to be a little bit more stabilized and bring that foot in, already starting to bring a noticeable stretch to your calf. Resist the urge to open towards the leg behind you and really turn your hips to the front of the room and re-press through the back heel against an imaginary wall. Lots of weights in your front heel. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, step that foot right behind your front heel. Stretch those glutes back behind you. Find a nice flat back. You can flex those toes towards your face. Get one more stretch on your front legs, calf. Oh, feels so good. And then roll yourself up. Step those feet out. Oh, computer. Nice and wide. Go ahead, bend your knees. Come on into Malasana. So weights in your heels. Drop that right shoulder forward. Left shoulder goes back. Take a deep inhale and switch. Left shoulder goes forward. Oh my gosh, that feels so good. Did one side feel better for you also? Let's find out. One more time on each side. Take a big inhale. Exhale as you come into the asana. Inhale, lift. Exhale, stretch, weight back in your heels. And let's cat-cow it out from here. So go ahead, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Belly down towards the floor. In cow. Inhale, press into your heels. Find some rounding in your back. Cat. 2 more times each way. Cow. Cat. Really bring your chin, your neck into play. Cow. Hang out for a second here in cat. If you can bring your hands to the floor, great. If not, you can always lift yourself up a little bit as you heel toe your feet back together and use your next exhale, belly tight, to relax yourself down towards the floor. One more big stretch on the back of those hamstrings. Bend one knee and then the other, but work to keep your heel towards the floor so you can get some big movement through your hips. Maybe really feel that stretch through your lower back. If it feels good for you, crouch all the way down. Maybe manipulate once more through your feet. If you crouch down, plant your feet back on the floor, lift those hips up, bring your head down, and slowly, everyone, roll yourself up, one vertebrae at a time. At the top, feet grounded, belly in, inhale, arms up overhead, look up, and then exhale. Relax your arms down by your side. Just take a moment in your stillness. come back to your breath, bring a smile to your face, and just be so proud of yourself for all of the movement that you did today. If you have any questions or concerns, I hope that you would reach out. I had a wonderful time doing this HIIT circuit, and I hope you did too. See you soon.